Hello. So I chose astronaut training as my topic because I was super interested by Interstellar and The Martian and the way that the astronauts combated challenges and seeing how their survival training affected the way that they made decisions and all of their prior knowledge and intellect. It was astounding to me. So I thought it would be very interesting to see how astronauts are trained in real life. So it takes a lot to become an astronaut. There are many years of studying and working to even be considered as a candidate, and a lot of people who want to become an astronaut, there is no guarantee. It is a very competitive process, and there isn't a huge demand for astronauts at the moment. So it really takes a lot. And if you're like me, you wanted to be an astronaut as a kid. Well, I never really understood exactly what that entailed and exactly how much was demanded of you. So it's about mental fitness is very important. You know what's going to go wrong, and you need a certain personality type where they can be very commanding and very self-assured, but also make very educated decisions. So you need someone who is decisive and understands exactly what they need to do, because communication with NASA and the people running the mission from the ground, that is not always instant. So there's many snapshot decisions that you need to make, and those affect the way that you live. So the training process, so it's incredibly long. It takes at least 2 years for the basic training, and then you go on to train for a specific mission. A lot of it is completed in a swimming pool. That way they can get adjusted to gravitational differences. I mean, it's not a completely accurate picture, but at the same time, like getting to understand how to walk with less gravity, wearing your spacesuit, having all of your gear, and using that oxygen tank, that is something super important to feel very comfortable with. There's also a lot of simulation, a lot of virtual reality. That way, people can understand the feeling of going into space. And there's also survival training incorporated into it because many unexpected things can happen and many things can go wrong. So it's important that people understand how to survive. So I think that astronaut training is going to evolve a lot and become more comprehensive because we have so much interesting research happening right now, and I think the future is going to be full of possibilities. So research on interstellar space missions, Mars missions are projected in the near future, and commercial spaceflight as well. That is going to most likely change the way that astronauts are trained, and especially interstellar missions, which will be affected by time dilation, which that'll be super interesting because that is asking so much of a person to say, we want to send you on this mission to research, but you're going to miss out on a lot. You're going to miss out on life events. You're going to see the future pass you by. And when going back to the mental health thing, it's going to take the most mentally sound people who have such a view of not self-serving, wanting to serve the world in research rather than live their own life on their timeline. And then I do think that commercial spaceflight will improve astronaut training. They've talked about utilizing commercial spaceflight within training programs. That way, trainees have a safe space where they can go up and start to become familiar with how spaceflight works. So that will bring significant improvement. But all in all, Astronaut training is incredibly interesting, and there is so much that goes into it. It was super interesting to research and learn about, and thank you for listening.